serious. Talk about my high school experience. For my high school experience, I basically, I liked it, but at the same time, I hated it. Because almost all of it, I was being bullied. I was forcing myself to be happy. I wasn't eating at all. Like, if I was eating, I was like forcing myself to do it when I really like didn't want to do it. I'm like, I'm gonna get anything. Okay, so I first started noticing it when I was in like second semester of high school, where I started like not being myself and not being happy. Like, I would be happy, but I was like forcing myself to be. My like I just wasn't. Like, I was trying to make everybody else happy, but at the same time I was like not making me happy. And then that's when bad things started happening to me. Like, I didn't want to eat at all. And that was at school, that was at home. That was like, if I went to a restaurant, like I just didn't want to eat because I couldn't, like, I just couldn't make myself eat. And then the next thing is, I was thinking like really negative things. Like, I would go to my counselors and talk to them about it. I'd say like there was points where I felt like I wasn't good enough at all, and I just couldn't take it. So that's when I said, you know, I'm gonna like I'm just gonna tell somebody that I'm just not happy, and I don't know how to like be happy again. Like, that's what I felt like. I felt like I wasn't gonna be happy again. And then I started like felt like I was distancing, dick, like, dick, like moving away from my friends, like mentally. Like, I was already in a bad place mentally because there was some stuff going on in my family, like, and that just made it like completely worse. Like, again, with eating, I wasn't eating at all. I would either lie and start to eat, or I just didn't eat. Like, I would either say I was full, or like I would lie because I didn't want to eat again, and I couldn't. There was times where I was like, again, like thinking bad things. Like, I feel like I was overthinking stuff. And let's get into the bullying thing. I was basically bullied from 4th grade to my senior year. All those years, I hated it. Because I felt like, again, I wasn't good enough. And that's when I started that's when I met my best friend. Like, we met on the bus. I had 3 best friends, and 2 of us met on the bus, and 1 met from my first period. Because she was like my second best friend. We had started talking because she was in my first period, and we had met. So that's when she became my best friend. But I still wasn't telling them what I was doing because I didn't want to, and I just couldn't like explain it to them. I felt like they weren't going to get it. Like, and there was times where I just like felt like I wasn't good enough, and I would like, and I felt like I was never going to be good enough. Okay, let's get to like forcing myself to be like happy. So stuff was like, this happened like, I think after a situation happened. Like, there was times where I really was happy, and there's times where I just like was making myself be happy, and I hated that because I wasn't being myself. If that makes sense, like, I was changing, and there was teachers that was noticing that, and they had noticed that I wasn't being myself, and I was like mentally like not in a good place, and like sometimes physically I wasn't getting in a good place. And that one, like, that hurt because I couldn't explain it to anybody. Like, the only person I could explain to was my counselors. And like there was times where I felt like nobody cared about me at all. That's how bad it got. Like, I was thinking negative things. Like, I felt like nobody cared. I wasn't good enough. I was never gonna be good enough.